Hello everybody, welcome back to another Magic the Gathering Arena video. And would you look at the number of... oh no wait, hold on. There we go, now you can look at the number of cards in the deck. Just kidding. I'm just having a little dig at this ridiculous deck screen that Wizards have implemented in the last patch. But anyway, back to the deck. So today I'm playing Rampant Rabbit, named after the delightful rabbit battery and nothing else. This deck is mono red. I'm going to be playing a few games with it today through Mythic. The way the deck is designed is basically working around a couple of really powerful cards in the Alchemy format. Number one is Rahilda Wanted Cutthroat. It's a 2-drop with first strike, gives me cards out of the opponent's deck, and it flips to a double striker at night time. This pairs well with Reckless Stormseeker, which everyone knows by now, but if it's night time, this card is much more powerful. It's basically a 5/4 hasted trampler, or can give our double striker trample, and +2/+0. What we're then pairing those two with is Bloodthirsty Adversary, which is the vampire that flashes back instants and sorceries from our graveyard, because we are running 4 Electrostatic Blast, which is an Alchemy instance. So just to go over what this is 1 and a red for Electrostatic Blast deals 2 damage to any target. When you cast your next instant or sorcery, exile the top 3 cards of your library. You may play one of those cards until end of turn. So it's basically card draw on the next instant or sorcery, sort of, as long as you have enough mana to use it. And 2 damage, and that can go to face. We're playing Molten Impact because it's broken as you like. I'm running 3 Magic Missiles, so Magic Missiles 1 and 2 red sorcery. This spell can't be countered, and it deals 3 damage divided as you choose among 1, 2 or 3 targets. So we can do 1 damage to 3 targets, or 2 to 1 and 1 to another, or just 3 to face, or 3 to a creature. This is nice to clear the path for the creatures in the deck. B, it can go straight to face for 3 uncounterable, which is can be clutch in certain situations. And B, it's a really nice card to flash back with Bloodthirsty Adversary due to having all that flexibility. So this, I will tend to try and always cast this before casting my adversary, as it's a delightful flashback target, as well as Molten Impact. On top of that, 3 Challenger Dress to Kill, so this is basically our sort of top end, give me some more cards, or do a tiny bit more damage to finish the opponent off, obviously with a very scary ultimate. And then at the bottom end, we're playing 3 Rabbit Batteries. The namesake of the deck gives our creatures +1/+1 and haste when configured onto them, and is a 1/1 with haste itself. It's nice to basically be able to buff up our other creatures by +1/+1. The other nice thing about this is that when it's reconfigured, obviously it's a creature, so you can stick it like on a creature. If the opponent board wipes, you're still left with the 1/1 haste. That can give other things haste. So if they get our board wiped, we've still got the ability to give any of our next creatures that come down haste, to get in those final bits of damage. 4 Play with Fires, everyone knows this card, just a great burn that can clear creatures out or hit straight to the face. And then the ultimate in value of the Commander who faces Kakazan, which I've talked about this card before, but yeah, so much value for 1 mana. Deals 1 damage, potentially more if you're hitting Planeswalkers as well, buffs the next creature that comes in, and then gives you a 2/2 that exiles the opponent's creatures, so it's really nice against like black weenie decks. And then finally 2 Spikefield Hazards. The reason I'm running these 2 is that they are 2 of our lands, so if you look here, I've only got 20 lands in the deck, so it's 22 really, with the 2 Spikefield Hazards, 4 Den of the Bugbears and 1 Suck and Zan, which actually the 2/1/1 ability can come in useful, particularly because we have 2 legendary creatures in this deck, Rahilda and Goro, which I didn't talk about. We've got a 1 of, just because we very often have a modified creature based on the counters from Commander vs Kakazan, and the equipment Rabbit Battery, as well as Bloodthirsty Adversary can put counters on itself. So there's very often a modified creature. So this is worth a 1 of, in my opinion. It's not that strong of a card, but very occasionally can give us that sort of mana sink at the end. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, so we've got a couple of legendary creatures, so can very often get this channel off for 3 and sometimes even 2. So that's the deck. I'm going to jump into a few games and show you how I get on. Alright, let's give this mono red thing a go. John roll. 2 lands is enough lands here. There we go. Start with this, because we've always got a creature on turn 2, so nice to hit with a hasty 3/3 turn 2. Especially against that. very surprised by a block. They didn't have any grander plans for their Fireblade Charger than as a chump that does damage. Yeah, and the reason we don't run... I tried this in any deck, is this card. Because now, that's a destroy for that, and then basically a destroy for something else. It's just... what? Anything with 1 toughness is virtually unplayable. This poor guy. I think this is the way to do it. Get the face nuke. Oh, should have put the battery in. That's a big misplay. Oh well. Trying to play creature heavy decks that aren't big creatures is tricky. Mono green does okay. The Fireblade Charger. Angel Fire Ignition. That's okay, really. We can exile it anyway. Didn't draw a land off that. God, 14 cards deep, no lands. Hopefully they can't play a creature and Angel Fire this turn, and then we pretty much win. Thanks to Stormseeker, as we'll be attacking with 8. Okay, 2 creatures. Can equip that onto the Blade Master, maybe? I mean, they don't want to, but they might. I think you wanted that separately. So if we put this in, they block one of the 3/3s, they're still taking 5, okay. GG. This card is slightly worrying against mono red just because of the life gain and vigilance can make it hard to get in for that damage, but just about enough burn to get rid of all the creatures in this game. Alright, let's try again. Next game, USAFA bound. I don't know what USAFA means, but we're bound there. Okay, I haven't got a 1-drop this time, but quite a lot of gas for a on the draw hand. So this looks like a mono green, I guess. Snow covered. It's either mono green or elves, but I think mono green. Lupine Harbingers, maybe? I think we just do this here. Hold on to the adversary. I mean, what I've been realising is playing against this card, if the opponent plays this and you're holding a creature like this, you don't attack. Well, obviously I'm going to want to play a creature next turn that could well be hasted in red. Stormseeker's a prime candidate, but there are lots of others. I wouldn't be attacking. Okay, I guess they have a reason to. They can kill this. That's pretty nice. It's a Deathtouch tribal then. I can only kill... This is 3 toughness, it's a bit of a pain. I've got 2 adversaries, so I kind of want to get these in the graveyard, so I think I'll just do this. Get rid of the little one. And this doesn't have Deathtouch anymore, so... got to play this game a little bit carefully. Deathtouches is something that we can clear out the way, but oh my god, battle mammoth. Okay, I did not see that one coming. Okay, I think I'm going to put this in, but not attack obviously. Just get this day-night cycle started, and you know, I can then use this plus something to kill this if I have to, but whenever a opponent becomes a target of spell or ability, you may draw a card. Sarith. Okay, so it's the trampled Deathtouch meta. I guess there's a Blizzard Brawl coming as well. It's a possibility. Going to struggle here. Obviously attacking. Okay, so opponent's on 14. So we've got 5 there. We're going to go to 7 with dead if I don't kill a creature or put a blocker in play. So I think what I have to do is do this. God, I'm going to draw 2 cards off this. Even then I'm still pretty dead. But at least I have a small chance. 6/5 trample isn't something I do well against. Okay, that's only 9. Chance of me being able to do 10 damage with 4 lands. It's not good. Which they know. Okay, so this is 5 damage. I need to do 8 damage with 4, which I have basically no chance. I mean, I can haste this in. All these cards do 2 damage. One more land and I would have been closer. Pretty sure we've missed, but I'm just going to do it just to see how close it was. Not very. Down to 4. GG. Alright, that's an interesting deck to play against. I haven't seen that one around. Lost myself a couple hundred places, but we'll try again. Okay. So this 1/3/1. Must be excited about the new Planeswalker coming out. Yeah. No 1-drops, no dens, but it'll do. Pretty big swing maybe on this one. 7/6/3, 7/3/4. Let's hope to not be playing against green Deathtouch Trample Tribal. Black is potentially better. Oh. I'm guessing they're deadly disputing that eye twitch. No. Maybe eaten alive. Oh. We got nighttime, so we have to go Stormseeker, which is too good here. That's the wrong thing to block, my friend. That has trample. How is this person mythic? And this has trample, and this is going to get me 2 of your cards. A Lolth and a Shambling Ghast. They can meet hook and kill the Rahilda. Yeah. But that keeps the Charger flipped. And the Charger enables us to play what we got off of Rahilda anyway, so. this in, and then hit with this to the face, so that next turn we can get it back with Adversary. Costing myself a little bit of damage there potentially, actually, by playing this. I gain 1 damage but lose 1, but I also lose trample, so it depends on the blocking situation. I mean, if there's no blockers and they don't kill any of our creatures, then it's lethal. But okay, that was an interesting move. GG. Missile to the face. We've even got the hazard or play with fire, but we don't need them. Okay. Some misplays, I think, from the opponent gave me a relatively easy victory there. I don't think it should have been as easy as it was, but yeah, we'll try again. Some real fast games happening today. Okay, we're playing against a mono green. I've never seen this player not play mono green, so not quite a perfect hand with 2 Chandras, but we've got no spells for the adversaries either, but we can find them. There's plenty to dig up. The old mulligan until you find packs on, no, until you find Tenacious Pup in your opening hand, I'm guessing. Oh no, Cami of Bamboo Groves. I think I'll hold on to that for now. If they attack, we're blocking because it means that they're trying to ninjutsu in the 3/3. Slightly annoying. Missing a land drop, but have to keep swinging. I don't know what they're holding. Ranger class, okay. Blizzard Ball. Okay. It's only a 2/2 really. Yeah, it enters with a 1/1 on it, but yeah, I guess we can make it a 3/3. I was kind of hoping to have hit my 3rd land by now. Only 2 lands and 50 cards isn't great. Cultivator. I'm still not totally convinced by this card. I've tried it in quite a few shells. I mean, when chained with multiple Blizzard Balls, any card is good. This card is still the only thing that keeps mono green viable. If you're playing mono green without Blizzard Ball, you're definitely doing it wrong. Yeah, like that. Soon I'll draw a land. 2 in 11 so far. Opponent's obviously having some difficulties with their hand as well because they've not really done anything good. This has got to be a ninjutsu attempt. We'll get rid of that. There we go. That just felt like it, didn't it? Okay, I mean, at least I'm getting 2 drops. I mean, the highest in this deck is 3, so obviously I don't want to block, but at least I get something in return. Giving them a card is painful. Now I could find like a nice Fucking hell, why? Where are all my cards? I have to attack and then electrostatic blast that cultivator. The thing is, the opponent could always hit with this and keep seeking non-lands, which are pretty much creatures. I mean, or Blizzard Brawls, so it's kind of win-win for them to attack, which is not a situation where we want to put the opponent in. We want to put them in a position where it is not win-win. Storm the Festival, eh? Could be the game over for us. Even if I draw a land now, it's too late. 13 cards without a third land. I'm running 22, so it's not too low. Should have got to 3 by now anyway. GG. Just couldn't find a third land. Not much to say about that game. Okay, same player again. Let's see if we can actually get some lands this time. On the draw, and I've already got 3 lands, so we'll keep this. I feel like it might be a bit instant and sorcery light. I don't know, just keep drawing only creature hands. Alright. I will not attack, because we want to block if they attack. Because if they attack, it's likely Ninjutsu. Okay. Not now. Of course I'm going to flood this game, but we'll see. Double Old Growth Troll is definitely some pain for me to try and get through. Big old wall of green here. I think what I need is nighttime. Okay, they're going for it. It's interesting. This implies no Blizzard Brawl, right? Yeah, they're just going for the 2-turn kill. So, what is my move here? I want to use Play with Fire this turn or next, so that I could flash it back with Adversary. So I think what I want to do is put this on here. No attack. I want to then use this, and I think pass. I think as I could have not used that to trigger Knight, might have been better. That's basically my decision. Because this would be a 3/3 double strike. The problem is they've I mean, Tamiyo's safekeeping is bad, or another. Sneak can be out, so I'm going to use this before declaring blockers, so I can then see what I need to do. Yeah, okay. So, I mean, if they've got Tamiyo safekeeping as well, we're in trouble. Doesn't seem like it. And they want to kill the Stormseeker over a Hilda, which I find curious. Obviously they can get that troll straight back. playing this because it comes with a 1/1 on it. If I take the rabbit off of this, it's going to be a 2/2, which means this is lethal, but it would make this be able to block this safely. But obviously can't let this be lethal unless I want to block with this. Then there's no point taking it off. Okay. Doesn't matter because I'm not attacking. Mono green really is the bane of mono red. Especially with these, and they're mainboarding snakeskin veils. So they've got 10 trample, +1. Supposed to block the tramplers, we can block 7 of it. It's 11, so that's lethal if they attack with everything. Yeah, okay. Same deck twice. Unless I get the perfect draw against that, we're not going to beat it, I don't think. Next game. I finally got a different opponent. Number 285 though. Alright, this is a nice hand. I haven't got a 2-drop, but it doesn't matter too much if you've got this and a 1-drop. So next time we'll have two 2/2s. The opponent on 13, two in hand, which I'll probably use now if they're not playing anything, because I want to see what my top card is. I don't want any more land. Rahilda's pretty nice, something that they have to deal with. It's probably worth me putting it in and putting the battery on it. They could have Destroyer. Which they don't want to use until we attack, if they are going to use. A lot of people would use it on attach, but obviously that then lets me attack with the rabbit, so no, they've done it at the right time. Although it is Infernal Grasp, which still costs them 2. Not an ideal removal against mono red. Painful Bond, make their cards cost them more life. Okay. Probably blast them to the face, but I'll let it turn tonight in case we draw a Stormseeker. Do it in their turn. It's looking good from this position. More Painful Bonds aren't going to help. They've got the red mana, which might enable them to actually do a bit more removal, but removal isn't going to save them now. Good game. I think the opponent struggled for red, but yeah, managed to push them through just before they managed to utilize it when they got it. Okay, next game. Alright, next game. Number 57. No creatures this time. Okay, I guess. Find me a creature. That will do you. Just need some recurring damage against these bloody graveyard decks. I'm sure that's what this means. It means it's a Faithful Mending Resurrect Graveyard creature shit. There's the blue. Okay. I don't know if we're going to get there without finding a Stormseeker or something, but okay, that's an interesting one. Keep going. I think fact, I'm not going to get to 7 mana to cast this, but if I get an untapped land, at least I can do Den. That is not an untapped land. Just play this out as a 2-2 then, as I've got nothing else to do. But at least I can swing with Den from next turn, but it's getting a bit late against these combo decks. Unless this is just blue-white control, but no, of course it isn't. Of course it's amending. We'll see a Velamachus or a G Deathtouch put into the graveyard, I'm sure. Okay, they haven't got them. I've got another mending to use though. Okay, I think Den. Yeah, Den's probably the thing to do here. As that's swinging for 6. Could tap this and spike field them, but I'm probably better off using the spike field as the land so that we can then use our other Den. So I've still got the 4 to use for that Den. We'd stop them using mending for a turn as well, which is nice. I've got my clue to use, assuming we don't get purged again, whatever it's called, Divine Purge, as that would kill my clue. So they haven't got anything to resurrect yet. Obviously this looting mechanism also gains them life, which is not ideal. We've had quite a bad start with the lack of creatures, but okay, they've got a coma to bring back. So I can hit with Den, or I can crack my clue. I'll be left with 4. Problem is, if we top deck a land, I'm in serious trouble. I mean, we've had 7 in 13, which is like really high for 22 land deck. We've got just under 40% land, and we've drawn just over 50%. But these are basically useless in my hand. I think swinging with Den whilst there is no blocker in play is the better thing to do, or at least force them to react to Den. Because if they're going to kill it before I attack, at least I can use the mana to clue. Yeah. Another magic missile. I mean, a bloodthirsty adversary would put them at lethal without blockers, although I assume they have an invoke, as they've already ditched 2. Yeah. Coma, it's going to kill us eventually, but it's not as bad as G Deathtouch or Velamachus. I think I'll crack this. We have got these missiles, so how much? We've got 5 in hand, they've only got 8 life. Yeah, we'll missile them. Is that uncounterable? It is a little piece of flavor text on that card basically, but it's very nice in certain situations. The problem is they actually have nearly lethal on the board. Interesting to see what card they kept there. I think we'll have to block this. So I could play with fire to the face now and get my scry. Okay, that's good, because they can counter the adversary, but if they don't, we have a magic missile to the face, which they can't counter. Probably harder for them to counter a creature. Yeah, I don't think they can do anything with Coma. Obviously, once it's in play, they can stop me activating stuff, but I don't think that works here, because it goes on the stack as soon as it enters. I think that's what they're trying to look at, using Coma's ability to stop me activating, but I don't think that works. Seeing if they can think of any way out of this, but I'm guessing not. You can take down number 57, looks like it. If they have a counter in their hand and they're just raping me for no reason, that would be very bad manners. Yeah, okay, GG. Finally managed to turn over that Reanimator deck. They did struggle a little bit trying to find the creatures to put in the graveyard, but that's what happens with combo decks. Sometimes. I mean, normally that deck would win in this matchup, I think, just because of that life gain of mending, but yeah, good game. Try again. Alright, next game. On the draw. Yeah, it's keepable. It's weird, we either get all creature hands or all instants of sorceries. Never a nice, friendly blend. Get Rahilda in. I'm surprised that didn't stop and get exiled by Vanishing Verse there. Defender Street. What? That is a card I haven't seen for a while. Not since playing Limited in... is that Crimson Vow? No. I don't remember what that set was called. Midnight Hunt. That's the one. Sorin. That does damage planeswalkers, yeah. So we'll do this. We'll just leave Sorin. And cost them life for a little bit. Don't really want to get to Blood on the Snow, but I don't think I'm going to have a choice here. If they haven't, oh, they have got the 4th Snowland to bring back Sorin and a meat hook. Yeah, always going to happen. Chosen not to. When you cast, no, I never mind. I'm going to den here, so we'll kill Sorin now. Don't want any more flyers coming out. Switch to nighttime. Tergrid. So I have got a magic missile. Can't use it if I power up Den. Just gotta hope they block the etching of Kumanu. Thankfully they have. Because I am not going through that game, giving them all my shit. Okay, get this one down. Not sure if I'm going to be able to keep this game going, but there's too much recursive value of these black-white snow decks. I can Adversary to utilise the counter from this. Just magic missile them in the face. Probably the right play. Although it's tempting to power up Den. Got to make a sort of big chunk through their life total, and this is a good turn for it here, so that's 8 damage in total this turn, with a Play with Fire in hand. Doomscar, yeah. Even more, I mean, do you need more board wipes in these meat hook Blood on the Snow decks? Apparently so. Play with Fire, so we get the Scry. Chandra is nice. We'll play this out first and exile the top card in case it's a card with haste. I guess. Because I can then get the 1 damage and it'll be on 4 loyalty as well. Got nothing else to use it on.
Without the sun, I'll run away. Watch me heat up the dance floor.
Vanishing versus Chandra.
Come on, Chandra. I know you can do better.
And then exiling that. I mean, we've got the Den for 4 damage, so this could be it. It looks like it. Don't see any instance there. Okay. that is literal black-white board wipe tribal running Shadows verse. I assume Blood on the Snow for Snowlands, Mythic Massacre and Doomscar. Yeah. Luckily, we're not too heavily reliant on building up a creature board. Like 1 or 2 on the board at any one time is enough for this deck. So yeah, okay. We'll try once more maybe. Here we go. Mr. Huckim. Huh? Mr. Huckim. Yeah. Alright. My doorbell going. This is a pretty nice hand. So we want to play Kamano first into Rahilda. Tempted to zap this just so that they don't get a 3-3 whatever the double white thing is, but okay. So the Voice of the Blessed comes in as a 4/4 now, which we can still get rid of with the Molten Impact. That's why I'm going to play Rahilda here as a 3/3. Go and lure out the Voice of the Blessed, kill it, and then move on from there. There it is. Just got to hope there's not some extra way of giving it land with the 1 more mana they could have. So what we do here is Molten Impact this. Could kill the Orator. Yeah, maybe I will do that. It's not a bad shout. Swing for 5. One of my own Lunar Veterans. I mean, they never want to block with this because it will get exiled at the moment. Okay, Righteous Valkyrie. Probably put the Den in and then swing. Obviously, we have the Blast. Opponent not taking the chance. Okay, we got more life and cards, so this does absolutely nothing. What I'll probably do is put this in, and configure this onto here, I guess. Sunset Revelry in these decks is a weird play. I mean, I know it's 4 life, but any 4 toughness creature is 4 life with a Righteous Valkyrie down. So many blockers to get through. So we've got 5, 6 land mana potentially with Chandra. I think I'm going to stick this on the Veteran. They have got more creatures than me now. So Revelry will give 2 1/1s, and I can make it so that they've got more cards as well. Probably worth doing this.
I hope you like your hors d'oeuvres extra. You're lucky this is a warning shot.
So I can get an actual card from my deck rather than have that. Yeah. Okay, that's 5 life if they want it. Don't think we. Oh, they could kill the Kamano instead. Looks like they're going to. Depends if they want to try and race to 27 life or not. No, looks like they've given up the dream. Don't think kill off the Chandra. Can do 3 to it, yeah.
It's not as bad as it looks.
So we can kill off the Valkyrie if we want to. That particularly helps.
Think of something good.
I think what we'll do is this. And then, I guess they're going to block their Hilda anyway. Okay, should have put the rabbit on it. Rune of Sustenance. Yeah. Draws me a card out of my own deck, which is pretty valuable. I mean, the lifelink could be helpful. Doesn't give any plus stats, which obviously some runes do, but just hitting face with a 2/3 we might as well let through. We don't really care about being hit like that. I think I want to use the red mana from Chandra this turn.
Watch me heat up the dance floor.
Do you know what? Probably better off making this 5/3 double strike trample than giving this haste. Okay. Yep. GG. Nice to win against Lifegain with mono red, but I mean that wasn't the best Lifegain deck I've seen. It's yeah. Still, it's a good game and shows that we can sort of force our way through those decks. There is a bit of sticking power with this deck. I think our main challenge really is mono green as opposed to mono white. Okay, here's a quick look at how the deck's been performing. So the latest version, 75% win rate. All of these games are within Mythic, as you can see here. So yeah, over 16 games, that's not too bad on the Mythic ladder, 75%. There's quite an obvious weakness of the deck, which is against mono green. This isn't an entirely fair stat, as in one of these games I was completely land screwed. I had 2 lands in 13 cards or something insane. But the other 2 we just really struggled to get through the old growth trolls and the toughness that the green decks can put down. Against everything else, it's performing reasonably well. There was one combo Reanimator deck that got the better of me, but in general it's gone very well. And yeah, I'm keen to experiment with it a bit more and potentially try a best of 3 version. I think for best of 3, I think the things that this deck would need is some graveyard hate for the combo decks. It will potentially need, I don't know, a slightly higher top end in cases where we're in a slightly more grindy matchup, or ways of removing bigger creatures against green, something in Thundering Rebuke or similar. But yeah, I'm going to give it a go in best of 3. And yeah, if you've got any comments on how I can improve the deck, or you want to see more, or you like what you've seen, please do like and subscribe. It helps a lot. But yeah, bye for now.